Hi guys, my name is Léonie, welcome in this new video, and today I'm going to give you some study tips. Actually, it's not the kind of video that I used to do, but I really wanted to do it because I'm currently studying for my finals, and when you are going to see this video, I'm in the middle of my final week, and I thought it was a great moment to talk to you about my study tips. Even though I'm going to try to give you as much tips as possible, this is just tips that work for me, and of course it won't work for everyone, and actually it's pretty basic tips that you probably heard before, but I wanted to do that video, so it's not that I don't care, but I don't care. So I'm filming this video after a long day of studying, and I have the impression that it's going to take a while. So message for the Léonie that is currently editing this video, good luck. So here on my computer I make a list of everything that I'm going to talk to you about, so I don't get lost, and I'm sure I was saying that with my list, I'm sure that I'm going to talk to you about everything that I wanted to talk to you. Okay, so I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories of things. The first one is my study tip before the class. My first tip is, if your teacher put the PowerPoint of the lesson on internet on the university's website, try to copy paste it. I'm not saying read it and try to learn it and do some research about the key subject, but it's crazy how it helps you to already have all the key notion, such a gain of time, and because the lesson is already structured, it's going to be way easier to take notes, and you know like where to put what information, like in what subsection. My second tips is pretty the same. If you have the chance to do so, try to get the notes of the previous year's students, especially if your teacher speaks really quickly. I personally, my international relation teacher speaks so quickly and it's really hard to follow him, and having the notes of previous year's student really help us to don't get lost, and we just need to add something if it change, because well, most of the time teachers do the exact same course over the years, and it's such a gain of time because now you can fully concentrate and listen and try to understand what the teacher is saying instead of writing everything and just don't listen but oh my god, it's going to take so long. I'm so tired. Then the second part is during the class. So of course when you have 3 hours lectures at 8 in the morning, you can be focused for the 3 hours. It's impossible. Well, maybe it's possible for you, but it's not for me, and I think it's not for most of the people. But being focused in class helps so much studying for the finals afterwards, because when you study the subject you realize that you already know it because you were so focused at the time that, well, if you understand the definition, the concept or the idea 2 months ago, you will still understand it now. And so that's why it's really important to stay focused in class. But as I said, it's not always possible. So my best tips is do little breaks during the lesson. For instance, I personally like to, I still focus for 15 minutes, like I really focus on what he's saying, and then for 5 minutes I'm, yes, taking my notes, but I don't really care to understand, I'm just writing down, or I scroll Instagram when the teacher said something that is not that important or is just an example. Well, maybe it's not the great thing to do, but actually it really works for me. And I realized that first of all, the 2 or 3 hours lesson go by so quickly, but also, as I said, it helped me a lot staying focused for 15 minutes, because I know that after that I'm going to have my little breaks for 5 minutes. So then after the class, it's something that I didn't do that semester, but I'm really going to do the next semester, because I personally don't do flashcards for finals. I just do a big summarize on paper. So for instance, this is my international relation lesson. I do like a big summary of the lesson and then I print it. And for instance oh no, that was sociology. Okay, so in sociology I have like 13 pages like this. And my tips and what I'm going to do next semester is that I'm really going to do the summary right after class for many reasons. Because I personally think that it's such a gain of time because you won't be stressed out like a few weeks or a month before finals and you're like, oh my god, I need to do the summary of everything, because you know that throughout the semester you have done it after each class. And also I think it's really going to help me better understand my notes, because let's be honest, when I take notes in class I don't really understand what I wrote. The sentence don't really make sense, and that's normal because I'm such in a hurry to try to follow the professor's speed. So yeah, I think it will really help me to do it right after, because I'm going to still have the lecture in mind. I'm still going to know what the professor said because, well, he said it 2 hours ago and not 2 months ago. Also, I think that doing it right after the class, I'm going to have much more time to try to rewrite the lesson, to rewrite it with my own words. I think it's key to really easily remember your lesson, because if you take time to really rephrase what the professor said with your own word, with your own definition, it's going to be much more easier to remember the lesson. Actually, I'm giving you that tips, but well, maybe it won't work, I don't know, but I personally think that it will work for me. So I'm really going to try it. Now, in the third part of this video, we are going to talk about studying for the finals, and it's actually the longest part of this video. First of all, I think it's really important to know how your memory works. Is it auditive? Is it visual? Is it speaking? Is it writing? And that's something that you really need to figure out before studying. And actually there is no secret. I really think that you need to try all the methods and see which one really works for you. If it's rewriting your notes, if it's just read them out loud, if it's recording you reading it and then listen it. Yeah, actually I really think that you need to find what's best for you. So I personally have both visual and hearing memories. So what I really love to do is, I'm going to show you. So what I like to do is when I have print out all my summaries of my lesson, I like to read them and highlight with different colors. I have something like this, and for instance the green is all the dates. Oh, how do you say mount? The brown is all the documents or specific events. I have blue for the important person or population. It really helps me having a color code in my head, because first of all, reading it, having something to do, highlight, it really helped me to focus on what I'm reading and sure that my brain is not going anywhere, because, well, I need to focus to really underline the important things. And also, well, it's less boring, we have to say, okay, because if your paper is just black and white, it's pretty boring. You need colors. I personally need colors. And once I've done that, to really remember everything, I like to do the teaching method. So basically, I have my paper and I pretend that I'm teaching it to a class. I really need to rephrase everything with my own words, and also pretend to explain it to someone. You are actually explaining it to yourself. And also I think it's a great method, because then you exactly know what you know and what you don't and what you still need to study. Because if you are not capable of explaining it even with your own word, I'm not saying explain it exactly how it is said in the course, well, that means that you don't really know it, and then you know exactly what you need to study. So yeah, this is the two methods that I do and that really works for me when I have to learn an entire lesson. But as you may know, I'm also learning Russian this year. This wasn't the best decision I've ever made, but I've made it, so here I am. And I realized, like maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago, when I had a big Russian test, when I have to learn just vocabulary or really short sentences, and let's be honest, it's almost always the case when you're starting learning a new language. I like to take a pen and write on my window. It's strange, okay, my neighbors think that I'm strange, but actually that's work for me, so I don't really care. Finally, on studying for finals, I'm going to talk to you about breaks. Breaks are the key. You need to do breaks. It's almost impossible to stay focused all day when you're by yourself, so you need to take breaks. Even for your brain, for your mental health, for everything. Back then, I used to work with the Pomodoro method, which is basically you study for 25 minutes and then you have 5-minute breaks, or you study for 50 minutes and then you have 10 minutes break, I believe. And I really used to do that, and it works a lot when I was in high school, but now I can do that because either after the 25 minutes I'm not in the mood for a break, and I know that taking a break would just break my mood, you know, and I won't be as motivated when I need to get back to work. Or on the other hand, what I'm studying is just so hard and I don't like it, that 25 minutes is just too long. And so what I like to do is putting myself some objective. For instance, when I need to really learn it by heart, when it's the first time, I like to just learn a page and then I have my little break. That's what I do. I just do a page, and yes, it takes maybe longer, but that's what works best for me, because knowing that I just have 1 pages at the time and not 10, 25 really helped me, because I'm like, okay, I just have 1 pages, so I'm going to learn that really great and then I can have my break. And for my break, actually, I sometimes go on my phone. It's been a couple days since I stopped because I'm actually spending too much time on my breaks, and I've realized that. So now what I do is that on the morning I do like a list of every tiny thing that I need to do the dishes, clean my table, mop the floor, take out the trash. I realized that first it really helped me because I'm taking a real break. I'm really doing another activity, you know, I'm not just on my phone scrolling. And even for my mental health, and at the end of the day, I have the impression that I did so much thing, and that's true, I did. And yeah, it's really pleasant to know that yes, you are work, but at the same time you have the time to clean your sink, to take out the trash, to, I don't know, write in your journals. Oh my god. Okay, I'm scared. Okay, so people in my class are saying that we have the notes for our midterm in science politic. I don't know if I'm going to look at it now. Okay, no, I'm not going to look at it now, because if I had a bad grade, I'm going to be such in a bad mood for the end of this video. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to finish the video, then I'm going to watch my grade with you, and then maybe cry or maybe celebrate. I don't know, we'll see. Oh god, I'm so stressed. Are they happy about the notes? And finally, the last part, I'm going to talk to you about the presentation, because I don't know about you, but at my university, at my school, we have not a lot, but at least 4 presentation per semester, and I think that presentation is really not an easy way to have a great grade, but I think that it's easier to have a better grade at a presentation than at a written exam. I don't know if that makes sense. So my personal advice is, once that you have wrote everything that you are going to say, practice in front of a mirror. I think that, yeah, it's one of the most important things, because then you know exactly how many times you are looking at your notes. But when I look directly at myself, I know that, oh, I didn't saw myself saying that, so I was reading my notes while saying it. I don't know if that makes sense. My second tips, which is really important, is to really don't write everything on your paper. Well, sometimes the teacher won't even allow notes, so well, no problems. But if your teacher allow notes, don't write everything, like don't write full sentences, because if you write full sentences, in any case what you're saying will never be as good as the sentences that you wrote. It's a normal thing, you know. And so this is why my tips is to just write the keynotes, the definition, the main idea. So if you're lost, well, you can see the idea, you can know that, oh, now I need to talk about, I don't know, the definition of a constitution, for instance. And because you learn it before, you have the word, you know the definition, so you don't need to read the sentence. I'm really tired right now. Oh my god, we have the impression that I'm bald. It's going to be a disaster for the Léonie that is editing this video. Good luck! Okay, so now I said all my tips, and I just wanted to talk to you a little about all this period, because I know that studying for finals is really stressful. It's really a hard time, and it's cold outside and it's night at 4:30. Yeah, it's not the great period, so I think it's really important to know how to relax. Maybe have someone that you can call. I called my mom crying yesterday. It's not a joke. I called her and I cried on the phone because I was so tired. And yeah, I think it really helps to have someone that you can call, a family member, a friend, just someone that can help you dealing with all the stress. And if you're not in the mood to talk, maybe just go for a walk, do a quick workout, do a yoga session, take a book. I don't know, you just need to find something that really help you. And once you're done it, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go back again, I'm ready to study again. It's okay. Okay, so that's the end of today's video. Now I'm going to look up my grade. I'm so freaking stressed right now. I got 14! Okay. Okay, oh my god, I'm happy. Okay. That's a great grade. Okay, I was hoping 14. Oh my god, I'm going to call my mom right now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so happy. I was really hoping for 14. So that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching it. Good luck for the editing, Léonie, to edit this video. I know it's going to be hard, but I trust you. See you next Sunday for another video. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel. This will really help me. Bye!